Next, let's queer up business. Queer News TikTokers say app ban will eliminate LGBTQ plus communities and activism. The U.S. House of Representatives have passed a bill aiming to ban TikTok, some suggesting it poses a threat to its LGBTQ plus users and content creators. The Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act received broad bipartisan support, with 352 votes in favor and 65 against. If enacted, the legislation would remove TikTok from the U.S. app stores unless its Chinese owner, ByteDance, sells it to an American company. The bill awaits Senate approval before reaching President Joe Biden's desk, who has expressed willingness to sign it. However, concerns have been raised about potential backlash from young voters, who have been actively lobbying against the bill. Many fear that the ban would disrupt the LGBTQ plus communities and livelihoods built on the platform. A law in Montana that was similar to the proposed national legislation faced legal opposition from TikTok, suggesting potential challenges ahead. Content creators have been advised to build audiences on alternative platforms amid uncertainty. LGBTQ plus TikTokers caution the ban could disproportionately impact their community, erasing vital networks. Non-binary TikToker Jeffrey Marsh, with nearly 700,000 followers, fears losing their supportive community if TikTok is banned. Marsh acknowledges TikTok's flaws, but its value its unique capacity for connection, expressing concern over its potential demise. The TikTok debate is really the first major exploration of what the issues of and what the future will look like for social media. It's just so important that we make sure that we're really not banning anything per se. We have to really examine everything in terms of, what we're putting out there with content. It's so important for young people to express themselves creatively.
Yes.
They use these things like TikTok and Reels and stuff just, to get themselves seen if they're artists and stuff. They profiled on RuPaul's Drag Race 2 drag queens from TikTok last year.
Yes, Spice and
Sugar and Spice.
Sugar and Spice.
Yes,
and I was like, and everything nice.
And they found them on TikTok, and this is where how they created themselves in this world. And and I would just really hate to see that something like that taken away from our community. Where they find their voice.
Where they find their voice. But we're very blessed that social media is not only one platform, Edward. You know what I mean? Like as someone that's on social media, I have a love-hate with TikTok. Okay, I just can't wrap my head around the whole thing. But I do understand how important it is for people of our community to have a place where they can express themselves. And it would suck for someone that has 700,000 followers to lose that, because it takes a lot of time and effort to gain your followers.
But wouldn't they just follow? Wouldn't they, if they found out where whatever the next platform was? They wouldn't.
But they would have to. Like, you would have to get to them in some way. If you've lost your platform, how do you tell them that you've lost it? Or
maybe you start building another one
immediately. And that's what they're telling them. They're saying, like, right now, get it started before if the inevitability of it all, if we end up losing TikTok as a whole, then at least you've already started something else. I
just keep thinking about how much worse it would be if Trump's former Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, he's threatening to buy TikTok.
Is he?
He's expressed interest in doing so because some old fart like that would even know what to do with it, of course.
Really?
And I don't often quote memes, but there's one out there that says, quote, "Right now, I'm less concerned about who owns TikTok than I am about who owns the Supreme Court."
Dude.
End quote.
Facts.
Yeah.
Hashtag facts.
Yes.
Okay, you're absolutely right, Greg. We're paying so much attention to this crap, and it's like, come on, someone in the U.S. is gonna buy it. It's gonna get bought. These people can't live without TikTok.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's the new YouTube. Like, you can't just get rid of it. Someone's gonna buy it, and that's that. And our freedoms are our freedoms. My wife personally thinks that China's spying on us through TikTok, so she's like, do away with it. I don't care. But again, my wife is a crazy Cuban, and that's how she feels about things. So we just let her be her. All right.